All right, we're streaming right now, talking back and forth, trying to reach out to someone who has been very kind and said they would talk to me. And we're just going to stay on for a little bit to see if I can reach out to them or not. I don't exactly know how much. I don't know if my channel would even show up, but I got the link in the chat. Again, we're just seeing if someone's going to pop on. Really hoping they do. If they don't, I understand. You would literally have to search for my channel because I don't talk about very popular things. Let's see. I wonder if they have StreamYard. Going to be going back and forth. So again, if anybody pops in, I'll see. Yeah, we're just seeing if anyone can come on. Again, I'll put the link in the chat. So that's the link if anyone can come on. Let me see. And again, just trying to see if this works or not. This would be really cool if we could do the interview. If they can, I don't even know if my channel is getting a signal. I mean, let me see. I'm going to try to see if I can actually find my channel. Big time. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even think, I don't even see my channel streaming. It's insane. Streaming right now on YouTube, and I don't even see my channel. Let me see. Let me pull up my. Let me see. Big time church story. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. So this shows I'm live right now. Let me see if I can do this. I think I can. Yeah, because YouTube is so ridiculous. The little test run, I had to actually search for. So I go to YouTube, I go to my channel, and I go big time church story. That pops up. And then if I click on that, then I'm streaming. That shows me live right now. Okay. So essentially, you have to search directly for the video, and then that would allow you to find my channel. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So let me see if I can reach out. Let me see if I can reach out. Let me see. All right. 17 replies. Okay. Let me see. So I told her, I had to look up one of my channels on YouTube, Big Time Church Story. And that takes you to my channel. And I don't know if that'll help her find it or not. But like I said, we'll just hang out. Why not? And I'll momentarily fill in. And what I'll do is let's cover a couple stories. So I'm going to cover something that I think is interesting that not a lot of people seem to be talking about. And let's see. Here's something I want to show. I find this interesting.
Jonathan Greenblatt, I believe, could you give me a fact check on this? Doesn't he get paid to complain about stuff like this? If you get paid to look for...
Can't hear anything. Let me check my settings. My headphones work. Go back, refresh. So I guess we can talk about this if I'm waiting for someone to come on.
Jonathan Greenblatt, I believe.
Oh, that's weird. Give me a fact check on this? Sound on that.
Doesn't he get paid to complain about stuff like this? If you get paid to look for...
Let me try another channel. Hang on. Wow, that was loud. All right, I don't know why that's not working, but
injustice.
There's this video, and I don't know if everyone's covered Scott Adams, but essentially he was talking about he got a phone call from the guy who runs the ADL, and this guy told him that he has to be re-educated. I think that's interesting. Let me try another video. Let me see.
Jonathan Greenblatt, I believe.
That much control, do
Can
they?
you give me a fact check on this? Doesn't he get paid to complain about stuff like that?
Oh, that's weird.
If you get paid
no
to
sound?
look for...
Let me see if I have sound on. Let me see if I have sound on another video. Hang on. Interesting. Should be more prepared, but what are you going to do? Okay, let's just go here. Let's go here. All right.
Being charged as an adult, accused of multiple felonies, including first-degree murder. Byron Montgomery, accused of
no way
breaking into a home on Lee Lane in Bolingbrook Sunday night and shooting 4 people. 40-year-old Cortez.
Yeah, and that's why your gun can't be in a safe. And people are going to argue with you, hey, man, your gun has to stay in a safe or your kids are going to get it. Or when you're in your home, you carry. You keep the gun on your person in a holster. When I used to sleep in Philly and I couldn't afford anything, I used to keep a hammer under my pillow and a baseball bat next to my bed. Nobody would tell me that the hammer had to be in the toolbox and that the gun and that the baseball bat had to be in the closet, right? And where I live now, I sleep with the holster on.
Daniels was
You can't use a weapon you can't reach.
killed along with a 9-year-old girl and 17-year-old Samaya Shelton Tillman, who police say Montgomery was dating.
Has anyone jumped on yet?
Fourth person was also shot, a 34-year-old woman who relatives tell us is Daniels' fiancée. She remains hospitalized this morning as neighbors continue to be in disbelief.
Very nice people. Never had a problem. The kids would be playing outside.
What a stupid thing to say. Very nice people. Okay. Are you talking about this motherfucker? You're talking about the victims, right? Are you saying they didn't deserve it? Okay, well, I hate the way they talk about this. It's like no one's allowed to say that this black motherfucker should be strung up from a tree, right? You broke into a home and shot 4 people for what?
Very nice people. Never had a problem. The kids would be playing outside during the summer. They'd be shooting baskets at one of the houses there, And the kids were, pretty good kids.
2 boys, ages 3 and 14, were also inside the house, but they were not hurt. Montgomery's being held on a $20 million bond. He's scheduled to face a judge later on this month.
$20 million. Oh, at least that judge is based. Like you broke into someone's home and you shot 4 people? For what? I wish they would have smoked you, you piece of shit. Okay. I got another one. Let me check and see if anyone's coming on. Give me a second here. All right, so when I search my YouTube, I come up live. So I'm live and I'm streaming. All right. Let's cover another story of black excellence. You know what? Let's just go to Philly. Let's just go to Philly. So, the queens, black queens. These your kids attacking people. 15th and Chestnut. That's not the hood. 15th and Chestnut is Center City. That's literally 2 or 3 blocks away from City Hall. Complainant was at 15th and Chestnut. Several people in a group assaulted her, knocking her to the ground. Continued to punch and stop the complainant, rendering her unconscious. Yeah. Again. Where's your gun? Pennsylvania is a shall issue open carry state. Now, in Philadelphia, I believe is the only city in Pennsylvania you're not allowed to open carry. And my advice is don't. My advice is pocket carry. If your hands are in your pocket, it's cold, and people approach you, you can have a holster. Of course, you need to have a holster to cover the trigger, but there are holsters that you can pull right out of your pocket, and the holster stays in the pocket. I carry a 327 in my pocket. Those are Magnum rounds. I mean, personally, I use 32 plus P Magnum rounds. 327 is just a little much, but anyway. I mean, look, you get knocked to the ground, it's over. So here you are, queens, beating up innocent people. And taking her bike. Let's make this a little bigger. Oh, wow. Is that a Becky? At least they're protected from COVID. A queen. Let me guess. Oh my God. How old is this girl? Is she like 11 or 12? And you're assaulting people for whatever reason. I still find it funny that they can't just say 8 black suspects. They got to say 8 suspects because the cops are pussified here. And to be completely honest, if any of these queens had gotten shot, I wouldn't have given a fuck. If you have a lawyer if you have a district attorney who's going to come at you, you can use the 4 spectrum in court. The 4 spectrum would be it was 8-on-1. I was outnumbered, and the gun was my way to equalize being outnumbered. I mean, just, ridiculous. They just attack black people, just attack random people. And if you think this is bad, I'm not even going to get into Temple University. Why would you send your kid to a war zone? I just don't understand. I mean, here, let's see. Let's just cover some local news. Fox, Philly, local news. See what's happening in Blackistan. Also, give me a sec. I'm going to check on my potential guest, see if I've gotten any notifications. I really hope that she can come on. That would really be great. I don't blame her if she can't. It's hard to find my channel. You have to actually look up one of my videos, and then when you look at my video, you have to go to the channel, and then the channel will show me being live. So, let me see. So I reached out to her and I told her to look for one of my videos. The video we're using is called Big Time Church Story. You go to Big Time Church Story, then you go to my channel. That'll show my channel. See? Anyway, let's see. What do we have? Live in Philadelphia. I'll check my screen one more time, see if anyone's jumped on. No, I don't see anyone. All right. So let's see. Let's just cover some news in Blackistan. What is? Oh no, let's look at this one. Let's see. Who did this, guys? It was the Asians, right?
Center City store left in shambles after a group of teens ransacked the place.
Group of teens.
Store owner is saying that more than a dozen kids took part in
Kids, teens. Any other description?
throwing items off shelves and even attacked him.
Tuesday night, I'm Shari Williams alongside
And you should have shot him.
Bray Hall. The big story on Action News is the ongoing safety concerns in Center City.
And happening tonight, police are searching for the teens responsible for damaging that store. And this all comes just hours after authorities releasing video of a woman being brutally beaten just blocks away.
Action News reporter Annie McCormick joining us now live at 10th and Chestnut with what we know tonight. Annie.
Yeah, Shari and Gray, we spoke to the store employee. He says nearly 24 young people stormed the store. They stole merchandise. They even punched him in the face. They say during all of this, a lookout held the door shut during the duration of the robbery and attack. This store, 10th and Chestnut, ransacked tonight by 15 to 20 young people. The suspect stole
Young people, teens, kids, black.
glass hookahs and assaulted the store employee, striking him multiple times.
This isn't New York or New Jersey. If you don't have a criminal record and you're a citizen of Pennsylvania, you can carry. And even that is not an answer, because if you shoot one of these kids, their family's going to be upset. You didn't have to shoot them. You should have called the police. But you should have shot them, because now they're going to come back.
In the face. It happened after commuters today reacted.
Anytime there's no actual sense to any of the, aggressiveness that kids or anybody shows, it's obviously a concern.
Your kids are not even suspended or expelled in school. They're not disciplined in Philadelphia. They get in fights, they beat up people in school, and nothing happens. I'll pull up a story right after this video.
It's hard to figure out a way to avoid it and to keep yourself safe and keep
You could
others safe.
see. I hate that. I don't know what to do. But the media never says defend yourself, buy a gun. They never say that. How can one hand you say the police are racist, they're slave patrols, but on the other hand say, oh well, you can't defend yourself. You got to call the police.
I definitely wouldn't be walking these streets alone personally if I'm not with him.
Just today, in a separate
That's right, honey. While you getting beat up by all the kids, I can run away.
investigation, Philadelphia police released video of this brutal assault of a 33-year-old woman from February 23rd at 15th and Chestnut. She was punched, kicked, and stomped on. The perpetrators are seen on video smiling, some on bikes and some with masks.
Oh my God, the perpetrator's black.
Covering their faces. Police
She was white or Latino.
are also still searching for the suspects of this February 5th attack in the well-lit block of 18th and Addison. The female victim was violently shoved to the ground, and for nearly a minute, she was beaten and robbed. These images show some of the suspects using her credit card.
Look at now. Okay, now look at this. Now look at this bullshit. Look at this. I'm pretty sure right here it says black. Why did the news crop that out? A lie doesn't get you closer to the truth, right? Look at that. I'm sure right here it says black male in his teens. But why do they protect you? Like Divested Zealot said, they're a protected class.
Data from the 6 ABC neighborhood safety tracker shows assaults are on the rise in the area.
Yeah, by who? Which group? Even this video is fucking misleading. 15 to 20 juveniles. Oh, were they small hats? Were they Asian? Were they Indian? Oh, you mean black?
In the last 3 years, there's been an average of 180 assaults.
Boy, I wonder what happened 3 years ago.
But in the last 12 months alone, there have been more than 200. Near 15th and Chestnut Streets in some stores like this Wendy's, heavy security remains posted.
Yeah, and that's what you need. You need multiple armed guards for a fucking Wendy's.
At the door. Just recently, this man says he skirted an attack.
He picked up a paver stone and threw it at the building. I thought he was going to throw it at me and then threw it at a bus. So you got to be careful down here.
Fucking people are so stupid. Be careful. What does that even mean? All right. Let me check. See if anyone's come on yet. No, I don't think they have. So check the comments, take a look. Gonna refresh. No, I don't see anything. So I'll bring up another story. So this happened at a high school near me. At Academy Park. This is the hoodie riot. All right. So to give some background on the school has had a shooting in the parking lot. The school has had a drive-by at a football game. There was a very young girl, Fantia Ability, I think her name was, where she was killed. People shot at the police. The police returned fire. And unfortunately, the police shot an innocent girl and killed her. And they should be held accountable for that. I'm not saying that. If you have a gun, you're responsible for who you shoot it at. That's one of the first rules, is know where your bullets are going. there's been a high amount of fights that happens at the school. And then the school finally decided that they were going to get ban hoodies. And then what happened? Well, the school doesn't speak out against when their people are violent, but they'll speak out when they expect you to be a fucking adult. So in other words, you can't tell black kids no.
Officials are investigating after fights broke out at Academy Park High in Sharon Hill yesterday over the district's ban on hoodies. NBC 10's Karen Hua spoke to parents and students today about why this happened.
Chaos on campus.
Yeah, and you hear that? Why they tase them? Probably because you can't fucking comply. I always find it interesting that you always talk about what's done to you, and you never talk about what you do to everyone else.
It started as a peaceful protest. Students at
A peaceful protest, yeah. So with all these shootings, none of these kids ever got together. For all the shootings and fights that happened in their school, none of these kids could do any fucking arts and crafts. No protests, nothing. But as soon as you tell them they can't wear hoodies, now suddenly everyone's a fucking Picasso. And now suddenly they have pickets and billboards and they all go to Dollar General and Hobby Lobby. And now suddenly they all express themselves when they're told they have to be accountable for themselves.
at Academy Park High against the new ban on hoodies. But it ended in fights like this, where 10 kids were ultimately arrested. What just happened? Police say students damaged property, attacked school officials, and law enforcement officers.
And then there are 4 more fights breaking out left and right. People are punching security guards.
Charisma Petty is one of the student organizers of the original peaceful protest. 3 weeks ago, parents went to the school board worried fights were increasing. Then last week, the district put in the hoodie ban in attempt to solve that problem.
They said that the hoodies were being used to remain unidentified in schools, in hallways, because we have cameras above.
But some students say the
And this same thing just passed in New York City, where now they're telling people they can't wear masks in stores because there's so much crime happening, they can't see who you are. A Pooh Shiesty mask and a hood makes it impossible to identify you.
hoodie ban is more an issue of
So she's saying that the school said that the cameras are up high, and when people wear hoods, they can't identify them, which to me is half of the story, because somebody knows who those students are. Your community has a no snitching policy, so nothing happens. So the school has to treat you like prisoners.
race and class.
Our school is primarily black. That's what we spend
Yeah, I couldn't tell from all the violence, shootings, and fights.
on clothes. We mostly buy hoodies. And
Then buy something else, you stupid bitch.
hoodies are just a thing of black culture.
Ah, hoodies are black culture. And if we look at all those hoodies, are they made in Bangladesh or Taiwan? Where are they made? I bet they're not made in Africa.
Other parents and leaders think the dress code change could have been handled better.
It should have been done differently, and we could have probably discussed it in the beginning.
That's right. It's the school's fault. My kids flipped out. It's the school's fault.
Beginning of the school year.
Anytime that you're doing a ban of anything, you should involve the students.
Now,
No, you shouldn't. Listen to the fucking excuses they make for their violent kids. The parents asked you to do something. The school decided to do something. So the parents can't raise their kids. The parents asked the school to raise their kids. And now the parents are mad because the school did something all the parents are too weak to do. And then this dumb fuck says, oh, well, the school should have involved the kids. How do you involve the kids? The kids are being violent. I think they have enough involvement. Do you understand? I bet you don't.
Now, the irony, the hoodie ban to prevent fights like this led to this one.
And now that you fight and you argue and you break stuff, they're not going to give us what we want.
Superintendent Brenda Winder declined to do an interview with us, but she gave us a statement saying, quote, school officials are working with local authorities to
All I see are a bunch of white people who had to come and handle your fucking kids. See all these white cops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe their security. I see another group of people who had to come to your community and stop you because you can't stop yourself. Let's cover one more story here. What's this one? And of course, the mostly black school board decided, oh, we can't punish the kids. That's racist. So they walked it back. This is why you can't be in charge of anything.
A follow-up now on the chaos that led to the arrest of 10 kids at a school in Delaware County. An emergency meeting was held tonight after what started as a peaceful protest led to fights at Academy Park High School. NBC 10's Leah Uka is joining us live in Sharon Hill with the new developments on this. Leah.
Jackie, this meeting was supposed to end at 8 o'clock.
So let me explain another thing that happens with schools like Academy Park and Upper Darby. These are schools that are outside of Philadelphia. But what happens is parents schools in Philly are so bad, they try to send their kids outside. But your kids bring the hood with them. And now these schools are just as bad as Philly. Good job.
It just ended about 10 minutes ago with the board deciding to rescind its vote on banning hoodies all.
That's right. And now the kids have learned that they can be violent and they run the school. Good job. You're too weak to run the school. Step the fuck down. Put white people up there, okay?
Together, the new rule for students moving forward now is they can wear hoodies.
Let me check and see if anyone's coming in. Let me refresh. Sorry to go back and forth. Oh, I got a notification. I don't see her on there. Maybe she missed. All right, let's cover this.
But they cannot have the hoods over their heads when they are inside school buildings.
That's a stupid fucking rule.
Your decisions are not in the best interest of this community.
Tonight, parents are sounding off about students fighting at Academy Park High School. On Monday, cell phone videos show what started as a peaceful demonstration against a ban on hats and hoodies, then escalated to fights. Sharon Hill Borough Police Chief Richard Herron released a statement in reaction to the fights.
Yeah.
Tell the kids, tell the parents, hey, you know what? Warning can be 30 days.
You could have asked to meet with the administrator.
Tonight, the school district president reminded people the rule for years has been to take hats and hoods off when inside school buildings, but kids wouldn't follow it. As a result, she said the district banned the articles of clothing altogether.
Since when or who are y'all to turn around and change rules? Y'all don't go out and buy my son clothes. Y'all don't try to clothes, shoes, anything.
And there's the fucking problem. See? Who are you? Yo, I want to know who his kid is. I want to know his kid's record. I want to know how many fights his kid's been in.
Since when or who are y'all to turn around and change rules? Y'all don't go out and buy my son clothes. Y'all don't try to clothes, shoes, anything.
A problem, some say, starts at home.
I think if the parents are sort of unruly and uncontrollable, that's going to lead to unruly and uncontrollable kids.
You make the decisions where you want to be at in life and here. And if you can't follow the rules and the simple rules here as a child, how could you follow them in the real world?
And this is why they're resegregating. And this is why segregation is going to come back. Okay? This is why places like Chinatown and Little Mexico and Little Italy, this is why places like that exist in Philadelphia.
Now, some videos show some officers pinning students down, putting them in handcuffs, some parents feeling that was excessive force.
Oh, there we go. My baby. You hurting my baby. There it is. That's right. We're just supposed to let your kids hurt people, assault teachers, and assault security. But as soon as we put any of the force on your kids, oh man, you want to march, right? Fuck your kids.
School officials say because this school, Academy Park, only has 4 full-time security guards, they were outnumbered. They needed local and state police to come in and help.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So in other words, the parents suck and your kids suck. 4 guards. You need 100. Jesus. Let's actually wait. Go back. What was that? This is 4 months ago.
If you find exercise hard, you need one.
Well, Delaware County High School. That sounds like Academy Park. So we'll go back to Fox Philly. Yep. Again, it's all never the kids' fault, right? What's this one?
At 11 with breaking news, a woman shot inside a bar in North Philly. She is in critical condition. The accused shooter has been captured. This happened just after 9 tonight. The bar on Rising Sun Avenue in Feltonville.
The 35-year-old victim was rushed to the hospital. Police eventually found a 39-year-old woman who matched the description of the shooter and arrested her without incident. Officers say the two knew each other.
Police on the scene inside the bar were told by several witnesses that several women entered the bar and the victim and the shooter went into the ladies' room, and that's when witnesses heard one gunshot. And then they said the shooter and the victim exited not only the bathroom, but then exited the bar.
So far, no word on a motive, but police say the victim is expected to survive.
Okay. Still live streaming. Still waiting to see if anyone's going to come up. We'll see. We'll keep going. What's this one?
Now to an update on an Action News troubleshooters investigation into a mainline interior design and furniture company owned by a husband and wife.
Yeah, Nydia Hahn has been digging into this one for months now. She joins us now live here in the studio. Nydia, you've got the very latest.
Yeah, this case keeps growing. M. Kaplan Interiors is run by Matt and Margaret Kaplan. And in a newly filed criminal complaint, Matt Kaplan is facing more than 60 felony counts for allegedly bilking 15 customers out of about $230,000. Plus, arrest warrants have now been issued for both husband and wife.
I don't want this to happen to anybody else.
Multiple consumers reached out to the troubleshooters about M. Kaplan Interiors, telling us they never received some or all of the items they paid for.
We're talking 9.5 months. No vanities. 15 times they were to be delivered and didn't get delivered.
East Whiteland Township Police received a report from an 84-year-old woman who says she paid $21,000 and never got a thing.
She bought a condo and has been ready to move into it for a year, but can't because there's literally no furniture.
So Detective Sergeant Trisha Doyle started to investigate. Then the troubleshooters aired their story.
And then that brought in at least a dozen more victims. There wouldn't have been as many people coming forward without troubleshooters, that's for sure.
Detective Doyle has now filed a new criminal complaint against Matt Kaplan to include...
I'm always just a side comment. Okay, so this is an older. This is okay. Okay, so this woman is wearing high heels. And she's a cop. Now, realistically, do you think this woman could run after and pin one of those kids at Academy Park? Do you think she could go hand to hand with a black 14-year-old teenager? I don't. That's just my opinion, though.
Filed a new criminal complaint against Matt Kaplan to include the additional victim.
Failure to make required disposition of funds, theft, receiving stolen property, and deceptive business practices.
Margaret Kaplan faces those same charges for 3 victims, and both face a count of conspiracy.
Matt Kaplan has told me this was a supply chain issue.
It's not a supply chain issue.
The criminal complaint says the Kaplans had no intention of delivering. In some cases, orders were never placed with manufacturers or couldn't be produced because M. Kaplan owes a debt to these manufacturers. Doyle also says there is an important consumer lesson.
Beware if a business does not accept credit cards.
That probably should have been our first red flag.
Kaplan's attorney says he can't comment due to the investigation and pending litigation, but is working with law enforcement to resolve these matters. Meantime, Detective Doyle anticipates filing.
All right, let's go back to Philly. Let's see what else happened in Philly. Let's see what the community. Let's see. What's this?
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local.
We have a warning tonight about credit card fraud. Police say you need to be wary when people are standing too close to you. They're just close to you, period. Kelly, investigators have already talked with several victims.
They have, and police tell me they believe one woman is behind at least 4 of the crimes. They say she is not acting alone, and tonight they do fear there are more victims. Police say this group at times is actually starting conversations with their victims to distract them. Surveillance video inside the Exton Whole Foods shows a woman sitting at a table with a drink, scrolling on her phone. West Wayland Township police say one of the people behind her pretends to look at a menu while the other bends down as if to tie the other person's shoe and reaches into the woman's purse without her seeing. Seconds later, the second person reaches in.
And there's a lot of effort put into their part.
All right, let's go back. So, black.
Township police say one of the people behind her pretends to look at a menu while the other bends down as if to tie the other person's shoe without her seeing. Seconds later, the second person reaches in.
And you wonder why no one wants to be around you, and you wonder why you have a community that divests from you.
Seconds later, the second person reaches in.
There's a lot of effort put into their part to steal these credit cards.
Police say 33-year-old Jasmine Green and at least 2 others they have not identified stole credit cards from shoppers throughout February at 3 other popular stores. The Giant and the Panera Bread in Exton and the Wegmans and others used the cards from at least 4 victims.
Wallet with everything in it.
Police say Green and others used the cards from at least 4 victims. That's what police say they are doing here in surveillance video from a Target in Lionville last month. Online court records show Green is out on bail for similar charges in Montgomery.
Yeah, she's out on. They let her go. Can't keep her in jail. That's racist.
Through the investigation, we determined she works as a home health care worker of some sort. So, which is a little scary.
The 76-year-old victim says she got all of her money back from the bank and most
Did they run a background check on her?
of her cards. She bought a crossbody purse to keep her cards closer, but says that there's lingering anxiety.
Don't be so trusting. I hate to say that, but I was a bit wary about.
Let's see what else we got. Videos. All right, I'll do a couple more. All right, that did happen. All right, here's one.
All across the country, police forces are struggling to recruit and keep police officers. It is no different.
Boy, I wonder why. I always find it fascinating when the media just can't say, hey, you know, we're part of the problem. We're a big part of the reason. We pushed the fentanyl Floyd narrative, and we're a big part of the reason why police are leaving and our cities are more dangerous. But they'll never fucking admit that, will they? Gonna check again, see if I've got any notifications from this woman who wishes to potentially talk to me. I hope she will. I don't see her right now. We'll try. We'll keep trying. I'll try again tomorrow as well. I'll reach out to her.
Philly, but they have a goal to hire at least 1,000 new officers over the next 2 years. And Kelly, they're hoping new leadership and a new campaign will help with that.
Shiva, they certainly are, and you said it. It's not just Philadelphia police expressing concerns about this. We heard from Temple University's Vice President of Public Safety in the days after Sergeant Fitzgerald was killed, also expressing
Sergeant Fitzgerald was killed because he had to walk patrol by himself. He approached a carjacker by himself. It is my personal belief. Look, you have to militarize Temple University. You need 4 or 5 cops on every street corner, with handguns and long guns, and it will stop. Who gives a fuck what the community thinks? The safety of the students is first. And if a couple black criminals get smoked, well, that's your own fault.
the same staffing concerns. So police are looking at all ways to improve this, including revamping their entire application system and getting people in quicker after they apply. They simply want people who want to help people.
Same thing with 311.
Another class of a few dozen recruits will graduate from the Philadelphia Police Academy in the coming weeks, a step forward, but a drop in the bucket when it comes to the number they truly need.
We are in dire need right now. We want to hire over 1,000 people over the next few years, and we want to hire diverse groups of people from all over.
In his new role as commanding officer of the Recruitment and Background Investigation Unit, Captain John Walker says there are immediate areas that the city can improve on, especially when nearby departments deal with less crime and some with a higher starting salary. How do you compete with that?
I mean, if you want to have daily interaction with people and a lot of opportunities, as I said earlier, the chance for promotion in the big city where you have 1 year in rank and you can promote up is unheard of in smaller departments.
As departments nationwide are struggling to meet staffing levels, the real challenge, how to convince someone to be a police officer now, especially in Philadelphia's gun violence epidemic.
You can really
Gun violence epidemic, yeah. Well, if you removed black people from that equation, it wouldn't be an epidemic, would it? Do you see the little things they do to remove accountability from one group of people committing 90% of all the crime? And you see how they act like it's everybody's problem? See a little bait and switch there? Oh, well, we all have to do something. You need to give up your guns.
Make a difference in this profession.
With full benefits and a salary of almost $64,000 after 6 months in the academy, Walker says by year 5 you can climb to $86,000, and that doesn't include overtime. Bottom line, Walker says there are multiple opportunities for people who want to jump in and help their city.
We want guardians. We want people who have good interpersonal skills, people who think differently, people who move differently, people who understand things differently.
I don't know what any of that means. That's such empty bullshit talk. I don't know what any of that means. Think differently, act different. They're cops. Their role is to protect and not feel sorry for criminals. They're cops. You want someone to feel sorry for you, get a fucking defense attorney, okay? And we'll do one more. So this is the epidemic of, they created what's called a driving while black law in Philly because black people were disproportionately arrested for not being able to obey simple traffic laws such as licenses, insurance, and tags. Because it was like 90% of the people who were arrested in Philadelphia, they became the first city in the nation to have basically a driving while black law. And now so many cars are being stolen and being used in drive-bys and crimes and joyriding that now they're trying to reverse course. Also, the Philadelphia Parking Authority is not making as much money. So, got to have an income somehow.
However, there were 3 letters that can immediately make people's skin crawl. They are PPA. The Philadelphia Parking Authority is the government agency people love to hate.
Because we've had a little relationship with them where they ticket us for the tickiest, tackiest things. But anyway, the PPA is tackling right now what's been a long-running problem in Philly. Cars without tags, taking up spots on the street, not being moved. Hank, those cars could soon be taking up space in an impound lot.
Well, if they're taking up space in the street now...
No, they won't. Because if the correlation is found that it's mostly black people that are doing this, they're going to say racism, and then the PPA could potentially face a lawsuit. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But anytime there's a disproportionate amount of one community being affected, they do a racism of the gaps. Instead of saying, hey, just buy your fucking plates. No. They can't be punished. Law and order is a construct of white supremacy.
Jason, it's expensive to own a car in the city, and it all adds up on your license plate. A couple of parking tickets you forgot to pay, that right on red that had a camera there. Maybe you didn't fill out the Easy Pass. Some folks in the city are going to the point where they're pulling the license plates off of their cars to dodge accountability to the city or more. We're finding out today that that is no solution, courtesy of the PPA.
Either he stole it, maybe committed a crime with it, doesn't want to get recognized. He got tickets that he owed.
Bro, you have tattoos on your face. I already don't want to. And a fucking man bun. You're a goofy looking dude, bro. What the fuck? You're the kind of person, if you approached me, my hands would go right in my pockets to be a little closer to my Ruger, if you catch my drift.
On it, so they take the plates off. That way they don't get it booted, and they'll still be able to drive their vehicle in the morning.
Ashton sees him all over the city working as a scrapper. Cars with no license.
That explains the tattoos and the man bun. He probably has a record. That's why he has to be a scrapper. That's my guess.
Plates on him. He knows it's no oversight, and so does Philly Parking Authority.
Everybody has to have a plate on their car to register that vehicle.
No, that's not the law you passed. You said black people can break the law.
And we're seeing folks take.
No, wait. Stop. Oh, this is amazing. Let's pull the receipts right now. Oh, everyone has to have a plate. Pretextual stops, Roland Martin. Oh my God, I don't want to talk to Roland Martin. PBS America. Wow. Look at all this bullshit. First big city. Roland Martin. I don't want to listen to Roland Martin. Oh God, I'd rather pay somebody to rip off my fingernails or go to the dentist. Driving while black. Philadelphia. Here we go. Police Philadelphia to become first major city to ban minor traffic stops. And again, just waiting for someone to come on today, just covering some news out of Philly, just trying to catch people up.
Swipe of a pin. Philadelphia made history this
Fuck this guy.
week, becoming the first major city in the U.S. to ban low-level traffic stops.
Folks who look like me that come from where I come from, you getting pulled over by police as a rite of passage, as a cultural norm. We have to move away from that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's why people pull you over. It's not because you're smoking weed in the car. It's not because you're openly drinking an open container in the car. It's not because you don't have a license or insurance or tags or plates or reckless driving. No. It's because you're black.
And behind the bill is City Council member Isaiah Thomas.
What we're trying to do is
What we're trying to do is create more excuses for black people to break the law.
defy generations of damage that's been
Generations of damage. Listen to how he fucking talks.
perpetuated in a lot of communities of color all across the country.
Under the new driving equality law, police can no longer pull drivers over for an expired inspection sticker, a broken brake light, or minor bumper damage.
This is broken windows policing, bro. That's right. So in other words, you're allowed to be a fuck up. Black people fuck up so much with keeping their car up to date that the only conclusion they could come to was racism, not responsibility, not lack of responsibility, racism.
These, along with several other issues, will now become secondary offenses that can only be cited after someone is.
Yeah, see that? Operating vehicle without official inspection, missing emission. Yeah, so in other words, all the things that you need for your insurance, in case you're in an accident,
Be cited after someone is pulled over for a high-level safety violation. Advocates say the change will cut down on racial profiling and free up police to focus on more serious crimes.
you see, if your car is fucked up, if you're missing your emission sticker or your inspection sticker, look, I don't know what to say, man. And it's the little shit that leads to big shit. That's what people don't understand.
Violent crime and traffic stops are not correlated. Car accidents and these low-level motor vehicle stops are not correlated. It is, frankly, a waste of
Press X to doubt.
police resources to have our
Physiognomy check.
officers enforcing these minor infractions of the motor vehicle code.
Yeah, you know what else they enforce? They enforce littering. How about we do that? How about we stop enforcing being a responsible citizen? How about people can just throw their fucking trash anywhere they want? Is that a misuse of police resources? Yeah, physiognomy check. Yeah.
Is an attorney with the Defenders Association of Philadelphia. Her office analyzed data from 2018 to 2019 and found that while 43% of Philadelphians are black drivers accounted for 72% of all motor vehicle stops.
It is no wonder that those interactions sometimes go bad.
Okay, I want to hear this.
People feel harassed. They feel profiled. And in fact,
If your sticker is expired, they can tell by color. Where I live, it changes color every year. The date changes color. There's a watermark. Fuck you mean profiled?
we're seeing is that that's the story the numbers are telling us.
The new law comes.
No, I don't think that's the story the numbers are telling you. I think that's your perception.
The numbers are telling us.
The new law comes as cries for police reform have grown louder in recent years, and in the wake of high-profile police killings of Black people, including Dante Wright, who was pulled over for an expired inspection sticker in Minnesota, and Walter Scott, who.
And I love how they don't tell any more of the story. Isn't that amazing?
Police stopped for a broken.
Did they talk about Dante Wright's victim? Did they talk about the woman the guy he shot in the head and the woman he beat up and stole her rent money when she let him sleep on his couch? No.
Tail light in South Carolina.
There are ways that we can govern and advocate for communities of color and not be anti-anything. Right?
Have you tried holding them accountable? How about, can you be anti-crime?
Right, this isn't anti-police. We're developing more trust between communities of color and law enforcement.
In a statement, the Philadelphia Police Department, which worked.
Are those bullet holes? No, those are bolts. Okay, that's too straight. Yeah, those look like bolts. Okay. I thought they were bullet holes for a second. I thought it would be kind of ironic they're showing us a police car with bullet holes in it.
With the councilmen to craft the legislation, praised the new law, saying that it allows them to, quote, protect public safety while simultaneously safeguarding the constitutional rights of our community.
See the phrases they use and the language they use? It's your constitutional right to drive a car that's not insured. It's your constitutional right to drive a car without a license plate. And then what happened? Black people started using those cars to commit more crime. And now they're harder to find and they're harder to trace because there's no record. They can't swipe the plate. And now, of course, with the Kia boys, now they just steal Kias and Hyundais. And they'll commit a crime and they just dump the car. So good job.
The head of the police union, however, slammed the law, calling it, quote, terrible, adding, we simply ask the public to follow all local laws, which are written to keep everyone safe.
If we could just...
And why didn't they interview him? Why didn't the news give this guy a chance to present his side? Why not put this cop and this dude, Isaiah, in a room and just let them talk and film it? You see how they give one side more room and more time to present their case? They literally let this guy say, what, 3 sentences? And did he decline the interview?
The constitutional rights of our community. The head of the police union, however, slammed the law, calling it, quote, terrible, adding, we simply ask the public to follow all local laws, which are written to keep everyone safe.
All right, so you see that now. So, and of course, like I said, it got so bad that now they're going back to now they got to crack down. It's gotten so bad that now the PPA is going to start towing cars. So I don't know, man. So anyway, just wanted to bring some material, show some local Philly news. I'm going to reach out again tomorrow to hopefully this member of the divested community could come on my channel and talk to me. I really hope she will. If not, we'll just cover some local news. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Big Time, and hopefully we'll get an interview tomorrow.